Hi, hello, good evening, all my viewers. Thanks for joining me again. It's been quite some time since we met last. We are meeting again after the Asia Cup now. So, we have a lot of things to discuss today, not about any specific match, but we have quite a few updates. So, we'll start with the team squads announced for various teams for World Cup, including that of India. Almost all the teams have announced their World Cup squads. Then we'll also talk about the other international series is happening between Australia and New Zealand, the women's match between India and England, then the A match between India A and New Zealand A. Then we also discuss about the domestic trophies, about Duleep Trophy and Syed Mushtaq Ali. So coming to the World Cup squad, so let's talk about India first. I had given my favorite team or my preference of team to be selected for the World Cup. Most of them whom I wanted to be part of the World Cup got selected, but of course there were a few changes because yes, I did expect for something which I knew it wouldn't happen because I wanted Pant to be in the reserves and Sanju Samson to be as part of main squad, but it didn't happen. Of course, Samson was not even considered as part of the reserves. So that is one change. I wanted Shami and Deepak Chahar to be part of main squad, but both of them have been sidelined to the reserves list. That is one. I wanted Deepak Hooda to be part of the reserves list, but yeah, he along with Rishabh Pant made it to the main squad. Rest of them are almost same except Rabindra Jadeja got injured, so obviously Akshar Patel makes it to the main squad as a like for like replacement because he could bowl the left arm spinners and bat left handed in the middle order as well. So yeah, the team is really mostly on the predicted lines and it's a good team. Of course, the team has got in it to win the cup is what I would think. Yeah, there are a few selection issues that would still remain in as far as the playing 11 is concerned, whether they would like to go for 3 seamers and 2 spinners in the 11. Of course, the Pandya conundrum will always remain, whether he will be part of the 5 bowlers or he will be used as a 60 bowler, that will always remain. So, those are the things that Rahul and Rohit need to sort it out. I believe they would have already sorted it out by now. Yeah, so before the World Cup, we have 2 more series coming up. Yes, we discussed about it earlier. The Australia series and South Africa series is going to happen in India. And the team that has been announced for both these series are almost same. Again, the reserve players like Deepak Chahar and Shami have been included in the squad for the Australia and South Africa series. But again, as luck would go, Shami has been diagnosed with COVID-19. So unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to take part in the Australia series. So and surprisingly, Umesh Yadav has been included to replace Shami, and Umesh Yadav is not even part of the reserves list in the World Cup squad. So I really don't understand what is the thinking process going behind in the selector's mind. So the update is that Umesh Yadav is making it to the main squad for the Australia series to replace Mohammad Shami. So that's one update. From an Australian side, 3 main players are not coming to India. Marcus Stoinis, Mitchell Starc are not playing. So they have 3 other replacements. So they have some niggles and Australia didn't want to take chances with them with the World Cup coming in. So they have rested those 3 players and Pakistan has announced their team as well. Surprisingly, Fakhar Zaman is not featuring in their main 15 squad, but they have included Haider Ali and Shan Masood. Shan Masood has not even played a T20 yet, and Haider Ali is coming back maybe after a year or so. So those are 2 surprise inclusions, and Fakhar Zaman not being part of 15 is a surprise exclusion. So of course there are talks that he is injured, but he has been included in the reserves list but not a part of the main squad. So that is the update from the Pakistan squad. Then there is also an update from the West Indies squad. 2 notable exclusions in West Indies are Russell and Narain are not part of the World Cup squad. Of course, Narain has not been included in the West Indies team for quite some time now, maybe at least for the last couple of years. I don't know why. but Narine has never been in the selection radar for West Indies. But it was surprising to see Russell left out of the main squad in the West Indies team. So those are the team updates. With regard to other matches, there have been a one-day series between Australia and New Zealand, which Australia has won comfortably. And then there was a T20 series between India women and England women. England women took the series 2-1. England won the first match and India pulled it back by winning the second, but then England took the third one to clinch the series. That's the update on that front. We have India A and New Zealand A series going on in India, which I briefly talked about in my previous video as well. So one good thing is that all the India A players like Rajat Patidar and Ruturaj Gaikwad are all performing well. Whoever has been included as part of India A have been performing well. There have been a good number of people who have scored centuries in this series, so that really bodes well for the Indian team in the future. That's one. The other update is that there is going to be a one-day series between India A and New Zealand A starting next week, and Sanju Samson has been made captain of the India A team. What is so interesting in this is there were rumors that the fans of Kerala team were not happy with Sanju not being selected for the World Cup, and they were probably going to do a protest in one of the matches that is going to happen in Thiruvananthapuram between India and Australia. So I'm not sure if that has got anything to do with Sanju Samson being made the captain of India A, but yeah, that's the update. Then there is also a Duleep Trophy going on. So there are semi-final matches happening between one between South and North and another between West and Central. In the West Zone match, Ajinkya Rahane scored a century, and yeah, you have Prithvi Shah scoring century as well, and a lot of other good players chipping in. Yeah, West Zone defeated North Zone by about 279 runs. And yeah, in the North versus South match, there were about good number of players in the South Zone who scored century. Kunnumal from Kerala, Ravi Teja from Andhra, and then we have Hanuma Vihari scoring century, and Ricky Bui scoring century. So there is a good number of contribution from South Zone. South Zone has been so dominating. They scored 600 plus in the first innings, and restricted North to just 200 odd, and despite taking a 400 odd runs lead, they still went on to play the second innings without enforcing follow on, scored another 300, and then got the North Zone cheaply for about less than 100 runs and won the match by a massive 600 plus margin. Another interesting update from the domestic circuit is there is going to be Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, which is the domestic T20 series between all states in India, and BCCI has come up with a new rule in that Mushtaq Ali Trophy, which is a substitute rule. This is similar to what the football leagues do, and even in cricket we had a super sub rule some time back, maybe about 5-6 years back. So one of the players from the squad can be introduced into the playing 11 at any time during the match. But once that substitute is brought in, of course he can do batting, bowling, everything, but the player he is replacing in the playing 11 cannot take part in any form, even as a substitute in the match any further. So that's going to be a new rule they are trying in the Syed Mushtaq Ali. I think BCCI is doing that as a pilot. Maybe if it works out, they might just bring that up in the IPL as well next year. That's my thought. So those are the updates for today. Thanks for joining me. Keep watching my shows and feel free to leave your comments as well. Bye bye.